Welcome to this explainer on how to read and analyze news articles or real-life scenarios. If you've opened a browser, checked your phone, or honestly just looked at a screen today, you are already intimately familiar with a uniquely modern challenge: information overload. We are absolutely drowning in a sea of updates, notifications, and instant hot takes, which makes it incredibly difficult to know what to actually trust.
And, well, that brings us to the big question. In our fast-paced digital society, how do we separate the whole story from just a flashy clickbait headline? For the next few minutes, we're going to put you in the shoes of an investigator. We're giving you a reliable, repeatable method to cut through the noise and uncover the actual truth hidden beneath the surface of your daily newsfeed. All right, let's dive into the master plan. This right here is the 7-step investigative roadmap. Consider this your ultimate toolkit, kind of like a Swiss Army knife for dissecting absolutely any digital society news article you come across. From figuring out the initial context all the way to finding broader global connections, this is your complete blueprint for critical thinking. Step 1 is all about determining the context. Before you even form a single opinion, you have to lock down the real-world context. Ask yourself, where and when is this actually happening? Once you have that, move on to step 2, highlight key terminology. Basically, as you read, actively hunt for and mark down any new or complex terms. Now, highlighting isn't just about coloring the page with a neon marker. It's actually about building up a technical vocabulary. By isolating these specific new terms, you're constructing a personalized glossary. And this is exactly what's going to help you craft highly informed responses and do some really deep critical analysis later on. Okay, step 3 asks us to identify the content and the technology. You want to pinpoint the specific digital tech that's driving the piece and figure out how it functions under the hood. Because honestly, you can't analyze what you don't understand, right? Then we roll right into step 4, which is where we map the stakeholders. Now, the real trick with mapping stakeholders is looking way beyond the obvious players. Sure, you absolutely need to identify the people directly impacted by the technology or the event, but, and this is absolutely crucial, you have to consider the groups the article might have completely overlooked. Who is suspiciously absent from this narrative? Usually, the most revealing part of a story is the voice that isn't included. In step 5, we determine our core concepts. This just means picking 1 or 2 overarching themes to frame the whole scenario. Things like systems, values, or ethics. Next up is step 6, identifying further research. The entire goal here is to literally break out of your algorithm's bubble. You're looking for international or diverse viewpoints that are totally missing from the text, so you can finally see the complete global picture. And that leads us to the final piece of the puzzle, step 7, where you compare this scenario against other news articles. By actively cross-referencing your current story with others, you can easily spot key similarities and differences. It's basically a way to recognize patterns, helping you figure out if you're looking at a random, isolated incident or a much larger, overarching trend.
I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Think about the very next time you pull out your phone and scroll through your newsfeed. When you inevitably click on that next sensational headline, how will this 7-step map change the way you read it? Are you just going to skim and react? Or are you going to analyze, map, and connect? The tools are right here. Now it's up to you to actually use them. Keep learning, keep questioning,